Hey guys, welcome to Big Sister. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is Friday and it is so busy for me already. I have been moving non-stop and I still have more things I need to do later. It is crazy. Where to begin? To include cleaning up. Gotta clean up. I'm sitting here and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh yeah, let's get it done. But while I was doing that, I decided to stop cleaning up and talk with you guys about government jobs. Now, there are many different ways that you can work for the government. You can either be in the military as a federal employee, as a soldier, or you can be a civilian, a federal employee. And some people, they have joined the military, then they get out and then they just work as a civilian for the military or for an organization that's affiliated with the government, whether it's the post office, things of that nature. That is what it is. But I want to talk with you about Department of Defense civilian jobs. Now, I've retired from the military, guys, and I am not 40. I'm not 50. And my initial plan was not to join the military. I was actually in college at the time, and I just decided at some point to just join. And I am glad I was able to continue my education, my college education, while I was in the military. And I was also able to retire fairly young. Okay, there's a lot of people who's older than me that's still working, and I am not working anymore. Now, because I am fairly young, I have been thinking about and exploring just doing like a little bit of part-time work, just something to help. Every time being retired, I still have access to, forever. I have a lifetime access to the military facilities and things of that nature, and just a lot of perks that comes with being retired. And I enjoy the military. I miss it. I'm not going back in because I've already done my time, but I love being a part of that. Like when you go on a military base, it's like a whole different world, whether it's the base or post, okay? It's just different. Everything is in order, and I actually like it. If they allowed me to live in the housing that was on the military base, I would do it because it's just in me. You know what I mean? But anywhoots, so I've just been thinking about just getting back and doing some part-time work or something like that, just to help out, just to give back and do that as a federal employee. Now, I am sure that I can get just about any job I wanted on the civilian sector on the outside, meaning a non-federal job, non-DOD job. And DOD stands for Department of Defense. But guys, there's no way I'm going to do that. Because one of the things I want to talk with you about is the many opportunities that are available through DOD. Now, there's a lot of people, they have these thoughts like, oh, there's this conspiracy with the government and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And I'm going to tell you guys, things are so over the top. I'm not saying that there are not shady people that can be in the government and things of that nature. But guys, there is in the United States and Western cultures, we have a lot more freedom than maybe other places where there's more of an autocratic government or a communist and government, things of that nature. All right. So you've got to just realize that just get the meat, spit out the bones. Nothing is perfect. But one of the things that you can do, especially if you're starting out or you're sort of in limbo wherever you're working right now, is that a job with working for the federal government is actually very, very, very good. You get a lot of great benefits, and you also you have way more job security than you do anywhere else, because it's very, how often do you hear of the government laying people off, as far as like, say, a federal employee, and if their job runs, if there's a job that let's say they no longer need a specific job. Now they have to find you a job. They need to place you somewhere. Let's say a clinic is phasing out for whatever reason. They're going to place you somewhere else where you can still work. Okay, and the thing that I like about it is that you can work anywhere, whether you're working in country or you're working overseas. So I'm specifically going to talk to you today about USA jobs. I have put it up in the thumbnail. I took a picture of the screen, of my computer screen, of the website, and hopefully I remember to plug in a few videos that will show you links of a little bit more about USA Jobs. And USA Jobs is basically a website that you go to when you want to apply for federal jobs. Okay, guys, job security, one of the biggest things. Okay, you have jobs that's competitive. That means that you can get a pay raise, okay, annually. You have the chance to, even if you start off with a job that maybe, hey, this is not exactly what I want, but once you get in the system, once you get that job, now you can apply for other jobs, and you'll find that once you are an employee, there are other jobs that's available that probably the public does not see. And for security, and I would say for anybody that you may say, the military is not for me. And there are jobs from anyone, whether it's from housekeeping all the way up to if you are working at a top level as advisor to the general or anything of that nature. So they're different things, okay? Post office, cook, front desk, nurses, doctors, lawyers, paralegal, IT, respiratory tech, dental assistants, you name it, cook, it's there. There's something for everyone from all walks of life. Supply. If you are stocking at Walmart right now, or you're working in a warehouse, there are jobs there, okay? Except more than likely, you're going to get a Monday through Friday job, okay? You guys, it's there, all right? So what you do when you go on to usajobs.gov, the first thing you have to do is register, okay? So you register, you create a profile. That's what it is. And when you create your profile, because actually, let me go back. You can actually search jobs on USA.gov, but you can't save them. So you can go to the website and you can look at different things. You can put things in the search engine, okay? But you're not going to be able to save or apply for it unless you create a profile. And then when you create your profile, then you can search for different jobs. Now you have the option to either upload your resume or build a resume, which they will help you to build one. And I believe you can upload up to a max of 5 resumes, all right? And you do that, and then you apply for jobs, and then you can save jobs. You can save as many as you like, and then you apply for the jobs, and you will go step by step, and they'll show you. I would say, guys, if you want to get some sort of stability, and if you are somewhere in your life where you have this job and there's all this drama and all this stuff is going on, or you just want to change a pace, you're like, man, I'm tired of working shifts and doing all these different things, then I would say apply for these jobs. Now, I'm not saying that there are not jobs that you will not be working shifts, especially if you have a job like a cook, or if you take a job where you're working in housekeeping services, that's any hours, or if you are working in the emergency room. There are just different jobs, guys, but you will see it. They will tell you the hours. It will tell you all those things, and I'll tell you to read it carefully, fill out your forms carefully, and go from there. Everything is done electronically through the computer, through the website. But sometimes people are deterred and they think it takes a long time and blah. I would tell you the hiring process from the time that you apply for these jobs, it will probably take you about 180 days. Okay. So that's about a 6 months process. That's from the time that you you apply for the job, you submit your application, you get feedback to let them know that, hey, we received your application. And then when you receive your application, they're receiving it, you'll get another email that lets you know whether or not you were referred, because your application is going to go to the human resources guys, who will look at your qualifications, and they're going to see whether or not you qualify for the job. If you do qualify, meaning you have the experience, they're going to refer you and probably maybe a couple of other people who are referred to the hiring manager. You know what I mean? So let's say if I work in the eye clinic and we need someone for a position as an eye tech, what's going to happen is the human resources guys, we're going to let them know we need this person. This is what we want from the individual. We probably do a little RPA, whatever. When someone applies, if someone applies for the eye position, it's going to go to the human resources guys, right? And they're going to review and see the most qualified candidates. And then they'll send me, the hiring manager, 3 or 4 or how many applications of, hey, these people qualify for what you're looking at. Now, at that point, you're going to get an email to tell you whether or not your resume was referred. They will say, yes, you were referred to the hiring manager, or they'll say, well, you did not qualify. And if you don't qualify, don't worry about it. The big thing about it is that you keep applying for different jobs. Okay. So let's go back to me. If I'm the hiring manager, the human resources guys send me your application. We are going to go and we're going to look at your application, maybe 3 others, and we're going to see the one that we like, or the one who's most qualified. And then we say this one. So when we make the selection, we send it back to the human resources guys. At that point, the human resources guys, when they get that, they will then send you another email saying you have been selected for the job. Congratulations, right? At that point, they're going to give you another email link to say whether you accept the job or you want to decline the job. When you do that, guys, then you're going to wait some more. And so this is where this whole possibly 90 to 180 day wait happens, because they're going to be, depending on the type of job you have, they're going to be a lot more thorough. Maybe if you're doing a job where you're going to be working in IT or with computers, they're going to do a complete background check. They're going to do a security check, because you're going to need like maybe secret clearances and things of that nature. So for those type of jobs and where you need a high clearance, it's going to take a little longer, because they're doing a thorough background check. You may think nothing is happening because no one is calling you, but believe me, something is happening. And then eventually what's going to happen after it's all said and done, you'll get another notification. So whether you got to go take a physical, which they will pay for, you go and you do that, or they may say, this is a day that we want you to start. They'll let you know ahead of time and give you plenty of time to, I assume you probably know 30 to 60 days out your start date. And then you start your first day at work. Okay. And when you get there, you're going to get a bunch of in-processing and a bunch of other training and things that you need to know being a federal employee. But guess what? You're getting paid the entire time. So while it may seem like it's a lot, it's worth it, because once you are a federal employee, you have to do something really, 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 really bad to get fired. Okay. And it's a process because you're a federal employee. So what this does, guys, is going to give you some financial security. It gives you an opportunity to advance. And to me, it's like a safety net in some sense. Okay. There are a lot of people that they have a lot of conspiracy theories about the military and these stories and Twilight Zone things and, oh, this is going to happen to you. Guys, you need to listen to the people that was there from beginning to end. Anything that you hear negative, whether it's on the military aspect of it or the civilian aspect of it, a lot of it has to do with certain individuals who are in the government who may do things that are corrupt. But there's also another side that is there to help you when certain things take place. A lot of times, especially if you're a civilian and stuff, it's so different from if you are military. And in military, a lot of things is there are a lot more order and discipline for soldiers, but yet and still there's also a lot of things there to help soldiers. That is why one of the reasons why I have Military Corner on this channel, to talk to people about their rights, because a lot of times they don't know these things. But guys, the Twilight Zone stories and the things that you may hear about the military, and you hear things about like the soldier, the young lady that died at Fort Hood, and all these different things that happen, guys, that a lot of times that's not the military on a whole. It's that sometimes soldiers don't know when they're in sections where you have corrupt leaders, and what they do is they isolate these individuals and they make them feel like they can't go to anyone for help. But I don't want to go too long into that. But being a civilian, you have a lot more freedom and a lot of opportunities. And I'm just telling anyone who you're just thinking to yourself, what can I do? Where can I go? Maybe you've been laid off, different things of that nature. You can still apply, and you're not too old. That's one thing I will tell you. Even if you're 65 years old, you can still apply for work. They're not going to say, oh, you're too old for this position. They're looking at, do you have the experience? They're not going to say, oh, you're too young. You need to be at least 18 to get a job. So if you're not sure of what to do, I would say give USA Jobs, give them a shot. Go on there. You can put in whatever country you like to work in, all those different things. And they'll let you know what the prerequisites are for. A lot of times you should be able to get a passport. A lot of times they want to make sure that you have a driver's license and things of that nature, and that you understand that when you get to that country that you're willing to also get a driver's license for that country, because they may need you to drive over there. But guys, it's an amazing experience. So once you create your profile, just go on there and look. And you're not obligated now to get a job. It's not like you're going to be recruited once you create your profile. Oh, you have to work for us. That's not what it is. But it gives you a chance to just play around with a search engine, see what's there, and build your resume and go from there. Okay? Just make sure you read the prerequisites and what they're looking for, so that you don't apply for a job that you don't qualify for. For example, they may have jobs on there that's only for people who are already government employees, and they'll let you know. You'll see on the side, they'll let you know it's for the public. They'll let you know who can apply. A lot of times you see a public, veterans, family, overseas assignments, things of that nature. They'll let you know. If you just see something that's for veterans and you're not a veteran, then don't apply, because you're not going to get the job. They're looking for veterans, or if they're looking for people who are already internal to the agency, that will be there already. But guys, give yourself an opportunity and give yourself a chance, even if it's something you don't want to do forever. But the thing about it is, once you have this job, you have that job for life. Once you're there working, guys, and you're doing something for the government, and if you're working on a military installation, you're going to feel so good being able to help soldiers, whether you're a dental assistant, whether you are working with as an events planner, whatever you're doing, you're giving back and you're helping, and you have the opportunity to travel. Even if you get a job right now, and let's say you're working somewhere in Wisconsin, okay, and then you look and you see a job announcement years down the line they have a job opportunity in somewhere overseas, and you want to take that job. You're like, you know what? I want to go to England. I want to go to Germany. I want to work in Belgium and Italy, which they do have jobs over there. You can go there and you can do that. They even have people that can work in school administrators. If you're a school administrator and you have that position and that experience, and you're like, I think I want to go live overseas and do this job, you literally can do that. Okay? And when they do that, guys, once you get these jobs and you get overseas, you'll enjoy it so much, and you'll be introduced to a different world and seeing different things, and it's enjoyable. So I know that my video was longer and it's probably a little bit different than what I normally talk about, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that you may feel stuck, and you may feel like, what am I going to do? Some of you may be like, what am I going to do after maybe you don't have any, maybe you can't get into college or something like that. There's a job for you. You still can get a job, okay? You're done with college and you're like, what am I going to do now? You can go in and be a doctor or a nurse for the military. And you guys doctors get lots of benefits. Nurses gets lots of benefits. If you have a specialty, you're a dental assistant, all these things, just take a look. Take a look, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they also give you, whatever your pay is, that also includes location pay, locality pay. So wherever you are, they give you extra money for the area that you live in. So I just feel that it's a wonderful opportunity to give back, to help, to get unique privileges and benefits. And it's something that you can literally retire with this job. You know what I mean? So guys, let me know what you think. USAjobs.gov. I'm not paid to advertise anything, but I just thought I'll talk to you guys about that. If you have questions, then feel free to drop it in the comments below. If you're just, hey, I don't believe it, I don't trust the government. I always tell people you don't trust the government, but you got an iPhone. You have a cell phone. You have a smart TV. You have Alexa. You have all these different things, guys. It's you log in at work. You have a social security card. You're not escaping the government. So don't allow fears or any sort of over-the-top theories to keep you from having opportunities. And as I said, USAjobs.gov is not the only website. There are other ones, but this is the one that I do know about. And it's a possibility that you may get a job, find that job that you want. And just remember, apply. Just apply for a lot of jobs. There's no such thing as not applying. Apply to as many, because sometimes, you may not get that job, but you may get something else. You may get selected. And while the process is a bit tedious, it is definitely going to be worth it in the end. All right, guys. Bye.